Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, man accused by relatives in grandfather's killing blames mistress. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Burst out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Man suspected by his family of causing the death of his grandfather and mother now claims that his grandfather had a mistress and that she was involved in his 2013 murder. Nathan Carmen makes the claims in documents filed in federal court. Relatives have accused Carmen of killing his grandfather and mother for inheritance money. Those accusations are at the center of a probate court battle in New Hampshire. Carmen has denied being involved in either death.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. We're following breaking news in Mass and Rhode Island. Warnings issued for multiple severe storms across Massachusetts. Damage reported in Rhode Island. A system moving through Massachusetts Tuesday afternoon was sparking isolated severe thunderstorms to form, bringing the threat of hail, lightning, and isolated tornadoes. The storms were headed of another surge of unseasonably chilly air that was expected to move into the region later this week. Several tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings are issued for various counties during the afternoon, but allowed to expire by 5 p.m. There was a tornado warning issued for Bristol, Norfolk, and Plymouth counties until 4:30 p.m. Video shared by a Facebook user showed what appeared to be a tornado or water spout near the Cape Cod Canal in Burner around 3 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. The storm prompted marine warning to be issued for much of Cape Cod Bay. Showers were expected to continue lifting to the north through Boston Tuesday night, but lingering over the northern half of Massachusetts. And as we all know, big game in Boston for Boston Red Sox at Fenway, and there was some downpour there. Let's take a look.
On the field, Emily, welcome live to Fenway Park. The steady rain that you see has been here for roughly a half an hour, and it's been really heavy at many points. In fact, Mike Cole is our photographer. Mike, if you don't mind showing, this is the warning track here on the first base side, and it's not actually that bad yet. If I stand on the field, and you could see it's already starting to puddle up here. The infield itself is covered, as it obviously would be, but the outfield itself is exposed. So obviously, it's denying the Red Sox and the Dodgers a chance to do infield hit around, infield throw around, batting practice, whatever. So they are doing it where they can. There are cages underneath, and there are places that they can get ready for Game 1 of the World Series. Mike Lynch is alongside. You know, Lynch, we were talking about it's kind of unfortunate because watching them warm up is just kind of the fun of it.
It's a big part of it. It's part of the anticipation is part of Game 1 of the World Series. Here they are. They finally made it. The other two teams are here. We can see them. They're hitting. Yeah. And there's a lot of media people around. There's a lot of executives. You know, Tommy Lasorda's in town. Will Magic Johnson be around the batting cage. So we're going to miss all that. And the other thing is to concern safety. Now, the outfield has a lot of caps on it with drains. But you know, the footing out there is going to be obviously a concern, and it's cold. You get two pitchers tonight who don't wear long sleeves under their uniforms. Chris Sale and Clayton Kershaw. They like to go with bare arms. But yeah, this is really too bad.
We've also, I should tell you, we've heard a couple of ripples of thunder too.
Yeah, we have.
Which is kind of interesting. I'm not a meteorologist.
Why am I holding
but,
a microphone?
or an umbrella in your head, right? Both of them. So we have heard thunder. The rain doesn't seem to be subsiding right now. All right, let's talk baseball. Eventually, they are going to play, be it later tonight or whenever. They are going to play. And when they do, you're seeing two pretty good teams here.
Well, you are. You're going to see two pretty good pitchers, too. Chris Sale hasn't pitched since October 13th. He only gave up one hit, but he walked 4 batters and hit a batter in that game. Clayton Kershaw has been a starter. He's been coming out of the bullpen. He hasn't had great success in the World Series. In postseason, matter of fact, he's 7-7 with an ERA just under 5. So who knows which Clayton Kershaw and which Chris Sale is going to show up tonight. And as for the Red Sox, they get a lot of guys that are playing for the first time. J.D. Martinez, Mookie Betts, Jackie Bradley Jr. And playing the Dodgers is really something special as opposed to playing almost any other team in the National League.
Okay, and there you go. Hopefully the rain will end for the game. Game time is at 8 p.m. tonight. Red Sox versus Dodgers. Lineup: Steve Price, Refuel, Denver's start in Game 1. Let's watch the video from Nesson Sports.
Account, a mortgage, a home equity loan, and some retirement accounts, which means you're working with, what, half a dozen financial institutions? Maybe it's time to consolidate your financial life with just one of them. At People's United Bank, we can give you everything under one convenient roof, from checking to mortgages to investments. Life is complicated. Banking doesn't have to be. Visit peoples.com. People's United Bank, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's here. The 2018 World Series begins tonight. And the Red Sox 25-man final roster is set with one big change. Red Sox pitcher Drew Pomeranz has been added ahead of Game 1 on Tuesday night. The lefty replaces Brandon Workman. Pomeranz is not having the best year. He last started on August 7th, moving to the bullpen for the last 2 months of the season. In 26 appearances in 2018, he's 2-6 with a 6.08 ERA. But hey, Alex Cora seems to be making all of the right moves this postseason, and this one likely has to do with the fact the Dodgers have a bunch of lefty hitters. Meanwhile, Steven Wright is left off of the roster again, still recovering from a knee injury.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And who is ready for the big Red Sox game tonight? Comment below and let us know. We want to hear from you. Arrest made in stabbing during concert at State Theater. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $89.98 a month, plus save up to 40% on your mobile bill. Introducing Spectrum Mobile and our unlimited data plan for $45 per line. On every line. Man, that's a great deal. Click to learn more.
News: Portland police have made an arrest now in the stabbing at the State Theater. Officers say 27-year-old Joseph Lewis of Portland is now in custody and charged with elevated aggravated assault. A concert Sunday night was evacuated when that stabbing happened. The 29-year-old victim taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Now, police say right now they're still working with the victim, with witnesses, and the theater staff. They're also still encouraging other people who may have been there at the concert that night, and if you have information, they're asking you to contact them. Megan?
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Tuesday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for all of you. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the red and went down. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the red and went down. US 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the green and went up. Stocks roar back from 500-point loss in the Dow, but still end the day lower. Stocks fell on Tuesday as corporate results from Caterpillar and 3M disappointed investors, but the market managed to recover most of its losses later in the session as investors rooted into McDonald's and defense stocks like Procter and Gamble. 6 children died from and virus outbreak in New Jersey. At least 6 medically frail children have died from an antivirus outbreak at a nursing and rehabilitation center in New Jersey, officials said Tuesday. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
A severe viral outbreak at a rehabilitation center that treats children in New Jersey. The state health department says the outbreak of adenovirus is happening at Wanacue Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Haskell-Passaic County. This virus usually causes mild illnesses, but the health department says the outbreak is particularly severe because it is affecting medical fragile children. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is working on the story for us. You can look for his reports on ABC7NY.
Okay, and there you go on that video and report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.